Matt Hamley on, the head coach of the Austintown 10U softball team that is heading to state this weekend. Coach, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Coach, I just want to talk first and foremost about the experience this season, what it's been like to be on this ride with these kids, and the feelings you have going on right now, knowing you guys are going to state.
It's been a blast this season. We had a great rec season. We had two different teams, and then we had a great season. And then once we joined All Stars and got our district team together, then we rolled into straight into districts. Obviously, did well there, and then we just finished up a couple All Star tournaments this yesterday, actually, and it's been great. The girls have really come together during the season, and it's just a great group of girls. They've meshed really well, and we've had a ton of fun.
So a lot of people are familiar with your team from watching them on YSN throughout your district run. But for those of people that didn't kind of catch them, can you throw out the names that have really been big for you this season and some of the big standout players that have really helped you get to where you are?
Sure. It's been a team effort all around, honestly. We have 12 girls on our team, and they've all contributed, in one way or another. So, it's been a team effort, but starts in the circle. My daughter, Mila Hamley, is one of our pitchers. Also, Annabelle Mikesell, Bella Mattern. Those are our other two pitchers. And then behind the plate, we had Marissa Polder, who stepped up big time this season. She just started catching this past year, catching Mila all fall and all winter, coming to her lessons and everything. And she played a big part behind the plate. Also, we have Gianna Hoops, who's also primarily a catcher, but played second base for us in a few of our district games. Ava Fisher, Gracie Fonda, little Peyton Severn, Addison Wadenthal. All these girls have done something. Also, Julia Jordan, Ava Panamarzik, and Kendra Lake. They've all contributed in one way or another, whether it be at the plate or in the field, making plays, or in the dugout, even cheering the girls on when they weren't in the game. So it's a total team effort.
What's that dynamic like of being both a coach and a father to Mila, and watching her have the success that she's had in the circle?
It's great. I'm glad I get to be a part of it. You know what I mean? Being there, watching her put all of the work in that she does during the winter, doing pitching lessons, getting extra work in all the time, and then to see it all come together out on the field while I'm coaching it's pretty special. I try to be a little more laid back during the games and stuff. So just watching her, see how things go, and enjoying the moment, I guess you could say, while they're out there playing.
One of the things that has to be so exciting for you too is the fact that she just committed to be a part of that Beverly Bandits premier team. That you really gets to expose her to a lot of talent, and they travel a lot, and it's a big premier travel softball team to help her develop her skills. So, going forward in her future, how excited are you that she gets to be a member of that team?
Yeah, we're very excited. It'll be a new chapter for us in her travel softball career. We've been a part of a great team this past couple years, and at the end of this season, everybody's going a different direction. So she's joining the Beverly Bandits team that we've battled a handful of times this season. We know the coaches well and the players well, so we decided to join them. It's a great organization. It's one of the bigger ones in the country, like you said. We will travel a lot. She'll get to play against the best in the country, week in and week out. So we're looking forward to something new, some new coaching, some new experiences, meeting new players, building new relationships with the girls, and just getting the overall experience.
Okay, so that's Mila's journey so far, but I'm curious about your journey, Coach. How'd you find yourself in the head coaching position for this, and when did you first find yourself getting into the coaching softball role?
Oh, man. So Mila started at ACB. I think she was 5, actually, and I just helped out as an assistant coach for the first couple of years. I didn't know a ton about softball, but I just wanted to be a part of it and help out in any way I could. And then as the years went on, I seen that I could do more. I wanted to do more. I wanted to help out more. So I would say her 8U year, I was the head coach of the 8U season when last year Coach Pitch. And that's kind of when things really started getting going. And that season, to be honest with you, we in the All-Star tournaments and whatnot, we got whooped on pretty good. So when we moved up to 10U, that's when I knew we just had to do something different. We couldn't just roll in every spring and pick up a glove. Then you had to put in some extra work during the winter time, and that's when I really tried to do some more stuff in Austintown as far as the softball culture goes at the youth level. Just putting in more work with some of our other coaches all winter long last year, and then we continued that into this year, and that's how we really started getting going and turning the corner.
You talked about the all-star tournaments that you guys played in this week, to get ready for the state tournament. How important have those been? Because it's been a couple of weeks since you guys won district. So you guys have had a couple of weeks off before you go into state. So trying to keep these girls fresh and keep them locked in. How important have these tournaments that you played in the last week or so been?
I think they're very, very important. We finished up districts the first week of July. Then they had the rest of that week off. Then the following week, we put them in 2 tournaments at the same time, actually. One was in Springfield and one was in Girard. And I think it, like you said, it just helped keep them fresh, keep them going. That the district tournament was honestly the first time where they actually got to all play together as one big unit, because they were split into 2 during the regular rec season. So district was the first time we actually seen them together on the field. So obviously we wanted to just get them more reps as the All-Star season went along, and got some of the other girls, opportunities to pitch more or catch more, whatever, just more reps, more batting reps. I think that's one of the most important things. Just getting those live at bats against good teams, getting different looks, seeing what other teams are going to do. So it's been very important.
Do you have any tips or tricks on being able to teach the game to the girls, keep them competitive, but also making sure they're having a fun time and enjoying themselves to stay invested in the sport?
Yeah, it's very important to, teach them the right things, but also keep it fun. I'm not a big yeller and a screamer. There's times, you got to be hard on them and teach them the right things. But if they're not having fun, then, what's the point? That's why they're there. But we just try to, starts in the wintertime. We do a lot of work in the wintertime, just trying to teach them the basic fundamentals on fielding, throwing, hitting off live pitching and different things like that. So once we get out on the field, that's when it's fun. The boring stuff is during the winter in the batting barn, in the gym, doing that extra work. And then when we get out on the field, that's when it's supposed to just be fun. And, that's when the girls get to shine and, have a great time.
I think every coach has kind of a different thing they do to kind of let the girls get loose and let them have fun. What are some things that you guys do to kind of get loose and have fun as a team?
I would say probably the music. I'm a big music guy. We bring in the speaker and we got the playlist going. The girls like to dance a little bit before the games. I just think that keeps them loose. It's sometimes, especially like at the district tournament, we had once we warmed up, they had us kind of rush through the warm-ups, and then we had a 20-minute period where we were just sitting there. I'm like, can we play the music? And we were able to turn the music on, and the girls got to dance a little bit, just get those jitters out, have a little fun, stay a little relaxed, because like I said, at the district tournament, you got the camera trucks and the, all the equipment everywhere. It's kind of intense there. It could be intimidating. So just the music going, having a good time. Everybody likes it. So that's one thing that we like to do.
Since your coaching career started, any bit of advice that someone's given you that's kind of stuck with you that you utilize on a day-to-day basis in your coaching?
I can't think of one specific thing. I just try to sit back and, I've been a part of travel ball as a parent, as a helper, in the rec leagues and everything. And I kind of just try to sit back and pick little things up from certain coaches or, different teams, what I like and what I don't like, and then just try to implement those, the goods that I see and, try to implement them into our program and just move forward with that. So I can't think of a specific thing or a specific, piece of advice anybody's given me, but I just think it takes you got to care and, put in the time and the dedication. And I think that's That's the key.
In your district games, there were a lot of varsity members of the Austintown softball family that were there supporting your girls. What do you think that does for them, seeing the girls that they kind of look up to come out and support them from the varsity level in a level that they could be in a couple of years?
I think it's great. The whole community, being behind the softball program, whether it's the young ones going up to watch Fitch play or vice versa. When it was our turn to, be on the big stage, we had, multiple girls there, cheering us on, or, just even text messages, posts on Facebook and stuff like that. I think it's awesome for the girls to see the older players, when we get to go watch them, and then they turn around and they're supporting us. I think it's big for the girls. They like that. They know that they care. And it's the same thing with the coaching with Coach Ward. He's been a part. He's always super supportive, always posting, anything that we put on there, he's commenting or sharing, or anything he could do to be supportive. He's there as well as the girls.
What's something about coaching that you didn't expect or caught you off guard, and what's your favorite thing about coaching?
My favorite thing about it is, just seeing the girls, progress, I would say. Some of these girls, when we start, honestly, they don't throw or catch the ball properly, and it takes time. It takes a lot of time. You can't just figure that out in a week or two. You got to do a lot of work outside of practice as well. But just watching them grow over the months, I think that's pretty rewarding. It's not about, winning this trophy or this or that. It's just watching them grow as a team and get better and have fun doing it. That's probably the most rewarding thing, the thing I like the most. I would say what I didn't know about it is how much time and effort it takes. I mean, if you want to be good, if you want to be a good coach, if you want your team to succeed, you have to put a lot of time in. So it takes up a ton of my spare time. But on the other hand, I love that. I'm all in, but it takes a lot of time.
When you think about some of the things that these girls have accomplished, and you kind of, I know you still got one more challenge ahead, but you reflect a little bit. What are some of your fondest memories with this group and being able to call yourself their coach?
I would say just obviously winning districts, and then we just won 2 more all-star tournaments. But districts is obviously the biggest one. That's the most intense one. That's the one we look forward to all year, playing the other, close communities with the TV or, TVs rolling, cameras rolling, all the fans there. That's the biggest one. So for them to, leading up to that, knowing all the lights are on them and everything, and watching them actually pull it out as a team, I think that's the most rewarding thing.
Speaking about close communities, Poland's going to be making the trip to the state tournament as well. So when you think about, this is a softball fan of area, softball players making good quality improvements. What does it mean to you to see multiple teams from the area kind of qualify for the state?
Yeah. So every district that gets to go to the state tournament, they get to bring their champ and their runner-up go to the state tournament. So I think it's good. I wouldn't lie to you. I wouldn't be mad if they weren't there. I think we're going to have to go through them a couple more times to bring home a state title. And they're a very good team. I think it's good. It's great experience for the girls. I think, the more they get to experience it, the better. But they're a great team, and they're going to be tough to beat again.
All right, Coach. What we like to do with all of our interviews, we like to give you a chance to shout out your assistants and some other big influential names that have been with you along your journey.
Sure. So this season, Mike Polder's been with me the whole time, putting in work every week. Shelly Severn, she's been instrumental the past 2 years. She's always there listening to whatever I got to say on the other end of the phone calls. She's a big helper. A couple guys that helped fill in for us this season at times were Brian Mattern and Jeff Mikesell this season. And then last season, Eddie Inglis is a huge part of what we did last year and moving forward. He's up in the 12U this season. And then one of the guys that plays a huge role in our whole softball work that we do is Bob Smith. That's my daughter's pitching and hitting coach, as well as a handful of the girls on our team. They all go to him for pitching or hitting, and he's kind of, I would say, a guy that I look to for advice at times, or pick his brain on certain things. So he's helped out a ton. And then
tell you what, there are a ton of players in the area, whether they be varsity or
I think
cut out there for a second.
Yeah, he definitely cut out.
I did. Coach, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate the time. We wish you the best of luck in the state tournament coming up. And once again, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.